Hey folks, I was going to show you today how to do most of my plantings when I'm planting with a start like these. These are actually banana pepper plants. So one of the first things I do with most of my pepper plants is these the little leaves at the bottom here. These are the first ones to emerge as the seed comes out of the ground. I usually go ahead and pinch those off, and I do that because I found that not long after planting they start to die anyway. So then I feel like I need to prune them because the rotting vegetation then causes issues. And so I go ahead and take off some of the bottom ones. But some of you have asked me before, like, what kind of fertilizer do I use when I actually do the planting? So here, what I've done is I went ahead and dug the holes through here. And I use two things with most of my vegetables. Now, it's a little different if you're dealing with a root vegetable, things like that, then you want to go something with more like bone meal, that sort of thing. But I use two things on most of my vegetables. One, this one's called Biofish. It's mostly made out of fish, although I believe there's like alfalfa and some other things in there in order to make sure that they get the ratio of 7:7:2. So it's not really that great for root vegetables, but again, I supplement with bone meal on those root vegetables. So what I do is just take a pinch. I don't measure. I just put some of that stuff down in there. I like this powdered stuff actually better than I do the liquid. The liquid fish emulsion smells so bad of fish that you're actually probably going to bring in things like raccoons or whatever into your garden because they're going to smell that fish and they're going to want to dig up your plant. There are also idiots on TikTok that will tell you to bury a live fish or put a fish head underneath your tomato plants and stuff like that. That's just stupid. The raccoon's going to come in, pull up your tomato plant to get the fish head. Don't do that. This powdery stuff here, you can see it's really flaky. It really doesn't smell that bad. Sometimes you can smell it, but it's nothing like the liquid. So the other thing I use here, I believe it's called Mycos. You can get this in many different brands, but what this is it provides that the actual fungus that it creates like a spongy mass under the soil. So it's the fungus and the bacteria that exist in that soil that's what allows everything to talk and everything to share nutrients and everything to be connected. So it's the life force inside that soil that connects everything. So I usually just sprinkle a little bit around in the hole. What you can do, these are rather dry. I should have done better, or rather you can see this side's dry, this side's not. I think it got hit with a sprinkler. But if it's moist, what you can do, instead of just sprinkling it in the hole like I did, because you want this to come in contact with the roots. This doesn't really do anything until it touches those roots. I actually put it right there on the roots and just dip it in there really good. Get that all around in there, see? So as those roots take off, it's going to create that association in the soil. So that's pretty much all that I do. And there you go, it's planted. And then of course you're supposed to water everything in, which I do. So that's a really simple process. You can get it done really fast, but I think it starts the plants off with everything that it needs. Between the biofish and then the Mycos, I think it's pretty well covered. And that way it stays more cost effective. There are other things you can do, but to me, when you start putting too much time, energy, and money into it, it's hard at a certain point to think, what am I going to get out of this pepper plant as opposed to what I've already put in? Have I put $10 of fertilizer over the season into a pepper plant that I can, go to the store and get, I don't know, it's like $4 a pound or something. So anyway, I was just going to plant the rest of my banana pepper plants there. I've already got more stuff down there, as you can see. The garden's coming along, nearly done. This section over here, I still have to plant that section there. There's nothing there. There's corn seeds beneath the ground here, and I've yet to plant anything here next to these poles. I'm doing pole beans, I think, through most of this. I haven't really decided yet. But as you can see, I got stuff laying everywhere. Everything's a mess, but the garden's really coming along. It's about done. There's my beautiful lettuce. Look at that. Just beautiful. There's my mess I still haven't cleaned up. You probably saw that in the last video. Got more peppers through here. So these are cayenne over here. Then we have serrano and habanero. None of these carrots came up for some reason. They were specialty, so I don't know if I did it wrong or they were just bad seeds, but all of these did come up, so these look good. I've yet to come through and thin these out, see how thick they are. You really should thin them out, because if you don't, then the carrots are going to kind of grow into each other and become deformed, but they still taste good, so who cares if you don't get to it. But I will probably come and thin some of these out a little bit, the ones that ended up thick. And then over here, I'd showed you all before, a lot of this got washed out, but I'm still getting some through here. So I'm probably not going to replant. I'm just going to leave them the way that they are and let those mature. There's a good amount through there. Yeah, so that's about it. That's all I wanted to show you. But this is what the garden is looking like today. Such a beautiful day out here. You cannot beat this. We've been giving away and eating a lot of the romaine. So all of that was romaine, and some of it was the red sales lettuce. And look at the progress from the last video of this head lettuce. It's really coming along nice. My spinach is coming along okay, a little bit better than it was last time. And these are ready to pull. Some of these are ready to go right now, these radishes. Oh, I did get the tree cut down. For those following that, the robin nest was no longer being used, so I did cut that down, and there's the new serviceberry tree to take its place. So the native garden bed there is looking really nice. Got some weeds in there, but other than that, everything came back so well. I'm very, very pleased with that. All right, you all enjoy this beautiful day. Take care.